Juan, what's up? How y'all doing? This Mindset Therapy, Real Talk Podcast. Here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves again. We offer 7 simple strategies to developing a positive mindset, and we staying on that. 10 toes down. I ain't going nowhere. That's how we rocking. Today, I got a special guest, man. I got a super cool special guest tonight for you guys, man. But before we get into this, I go through this every week, but this is something I need to say. When you hear us talk and share, hear a testimony from off this platform, we're not glorifying, we're not minimizing, we're not trying to shine a light on some things we may have done. We're just trying to open up a different spectrum so you can see. If you haven't been down that street, you don't want to go down that street. But if you have been down that street, letting you know it's okay that you can get off the street. You don't have to stay on that street. That street is bumpy, is bad, is non-ending, and it might end quick. So we was just blessed. We was blessed by the best. We was able to hit a detour. But some brothers and sisters don't be as blessed, man. But I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Remember, man, we just here to, we changing minds and saving lives, man. That's all we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Today, I have my brother, Mr. Peter Hill. You know what I'm talking? Peter, man, let the people know who you is and where you're from.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name Peter. I'm from Dallas, but I'm currently been living in Houston for the past 2 years, a little over 2 years. And so, first of all, I want to thank you, Anthony, for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to go live, to share my story when it comes to being out after serving time. I really think that it's important for men and individuals to share their story and understanding that in their story, it brings an element of power that gives people hope, I just want to thank you for that. And so this ain't nothing about me or anything, I just want people to know like where I am today. It's only about the blessing of God. And so thank you again for having me here.
Man, look, let me tell you something. We had a chance to talk a lot, even before this, y'all. Let me tell you. I wanted to tell you, I was gonna probably tell you again before we get off, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everything that you're doing. I'm proud of everything that you did. You've been home, what, 20 something
27 months.
27 months. And the accomplishments that you have done since you've been home is impeccable, is insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing but work.
Yeah.
Go first, but that's nothing but work.
Yeah.
That's work. That means you serious about what you're doing. You is absolutely dead serious about what you're doing. And I respect that. I admire that, man. And you never gave up, and everything you're doing is changing somebody else's life, whether it's on different levels or whatever. But the one level I love what you're working on and what you're doing is the reentry.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. And tell us about the reentry, man.
Okay, so I work for the City of Houston Community Reentry Network Program. So for those who living in the City of Houston, if y'all didn't know, the city does have a reentry program that's focused on helping individuals coming out of incarceration to get back on their feet. And I ain't just talking from a person that works for the program. I'm a product of the program. I've been through the program.
Wow.
And so it was really just all God. God positioned you in places to where he want to be able to use you with how he's been dealing with you in different seasons of your life.
That's right.
And so, the reentry program, man, basically what we do, first of all, we get your mind right. Get your mind right.
That mindset got to get right.
Yeah. And so, when everybody get out, everybody want to get it back.
Right.
Everybody want to get some money.
That's right.
Right. And here's the thing, like, if you go work and get you some money, you gotta first be able to deal with your mindset on how you gonna handle the money.
Come on, man.
Because a lot of times you might be ready to start getting some money, but you ain't ready to handle the responsibility.
Wow.
Scratches may come up that you used to have that you might want to go itch, you know? And so, like, you know, if you ain't dealt with your mind when you go into the workplace, if you still hard, you can't listen to the boss give you directions. The supervisors give you directions, or you may be one of those scammers and you want to steal in the workplace. And so, you know, we talk a lot about criminal thinking. We deal a lot with helping you become job ready in a sense to where you understand that, like, before you get a job, there's things that you need to be able to do to be prepared.
Oh, come on.
We want to make sure that you have confidence. How you go, before you get a job, you go have an interview.
That's right.
How you go speak in that interview. How you go respond to a question that an employer may ask. We see you check this felony conviction box. Tell us a little bit about this. And so we want to be able to instill confidence in you where you know how to sell yourself. And we from the streets.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We from the streets.
You got to be able to articulate yourself in a way that they can understand.
Correct.
Because you're not in the streets, you're in the interview.
Correct. And so when I say we from the streets, if anybody know how to sell ourselves, guess what we do?
Can do it.
Can you transition that same ability into the workplace? You know, and give yourself an opportunity, you know, and so those are just some of the things that we do. You know, we help you with food, we help you with clothing, we help you with transportation. Like it's a really good program because it helped me get to where I am today, you know. And so you know, I envisioned doing this while I was in prison.
Wait. Now, y'all heard what Mr. Hill just said. He envisioned. I was just talking about this like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Y'all remember this, right? When I said you can't get ready the day you go home. It's impossible. You cannot get ready when you got to get ready before, like 2-3 years before you hit that gate, man. If it takes longer, it might don't take you that long. Some people learn different, but you got to get yourself ready for those gates. Because guess what? You can do and be anything you want behind those gates. When them gates open, game time.
Correct.
It's gold.
Correct.
Come on now.
Yeah. And so, you know, he completely right. And if a lot of people are viewing this, y'all know me while I was in prison. A lot of the brothers know. Like when I was in prison, you know, I was standing on business. You know, when I changed my life, I was all the way in. And so been the same way since I've been out. You know, God been with me. And the crazy thing about it, all the things that I was doing in prison, I was a peer educator. I worked in the education building and facilitated changes classes, cognitive classes. You know, I was a faith-based dorm coordinator. I helped facilitate basketball tournaments, handball tournaments, soccer tournaments, all these different types of things. All this stuff that I was doing while I was in prison, little did I know. Well, I did know. I didn't know it while I was in the midst of it. Little did I know when I got out, those qualities, those skill set was go follow me and show up when I enter into the reentry program. And so when they seen like, hey, you know, this guy, you know, he has a really good attitude. He really good with encouraging and talking to people and helping them with problem solving skills. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, they just afforded, you know, me an opportunity to start working with them. And so, you know, I got right in. It was like, man, I envisioned this while I was in prison, but I didn't expect for it to happen so fast.
And what unit you was on?
I did 11 years on Torres unit. That was the unit that I did the most time on. I was on a few units, but that was the unit.
And what is Torres unit? You know, to Texas. What is it?
Okay.
I mean, in the most negative way, because you don't really say nothing negative, but I'm saying when you say Torres, you might say Vito, but Torres is gladiator school. That's no holds barred.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the Angola of Texas.
Yeah. And so I would say, when I thought about, just to be completely transparent, when I first hit Torres unit, I thought I was lost in the system. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, because I had a 30-year sentence. I'm from a big city, and they sending me to this unit called Torres in Hondo, Texas. I never heard of it, and the street road was private. So just being real, when I was on the chain bus, I'm looking on that on that booklet that they give you, the units that they list, and it say hundo in private row. I say, oh, they finna lose me. I'm young. I got this 30-year sentence. I don't see no light. I'm thinking I'm finna be lost in the system. That's it. That's just how my mind was. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got there.
Oh, so wait, I don't. So you saying you looking at a booklet with all the different units on it?
Yeah.
And they picked the worst, the one you never even heard of. You ain't even heard of the town.
Yeah, for real.
This where y'all gonna send me at?
I said, hundo, that sound a little suspect. Hundo, you know, and then private road.
Private road.
I say, yeah, they hired me.
Yeah,
I said, they hired me, man.
Man,
so, yeah. And so that's
crazy.
That's how I felt. And so little did I know when I got there, I was still locked up in my mind.
Yeah.
And so due to the area it was predominantly Hispanic, you know, staff.
Yeah.
And so I was in the mindset of wanting to be in the game and, you know, want to make moves, want to win me an officer and all of that. And so when I got there, seeing how it was, I felt like I was out of position, you know, but that was where I really became a man. That's when I really began to embrace and have a new identity. And, you know, and I will say this, like, wherever you go, you make it what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said last time when my brother Ray was on with us last week, Torres Unit for me was a saying for the community that I was connected to was called God's Boot Camp. God's Boot Camp. He getting his soldiers ready, you know, to get out in that world and make an impact. So that's what it was for me.
Wow. Hey, bro. I mean, and it's something I go to work, you know, I had your homie on last week, and when you said that, I spoke it back to him. He called your name. Oh, that's Peter.
Yeah.
So I know I know the saying had to be coming from somewhere from a different perspective, because when I read it, he was like, he know exactly who it was. And you know things, but when you hear something, oh, I know who said that. That's plus. That's plus, because if he know who said, when I said it, he know who said it, you stood on business. You stood on it.
Yeah.
And see what a lot of brothers do when they hit units like that, they hit different prisons. They don't, like you said, you found your identity. They look for identities. You feel what I'm saying? If that makes sense. They look for identities to clone themselves after. You found your own identity. You became a man. And it was either or, it was no in the middle.
Yeah.
God or the devil, good or bad, up or down.
Yeah.
Man, say, but that's tough. And then you pick to do it in the most toughest way ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, come on, but that's facts. Man, that's facts. Yeah, that's what's up, B. Yeah. We live, baby. We live. That's right.
Yeah. I like to say this, you know, you can, prison is the downcast. Right. People write you off. You know, but what I like to say, in the worstest places you can get, you know what I'm saying, that's where you can become the greatest you can be. Wow. For real, I like to say that right there. And you know,
say that again. Say it one more time.
In the worstest places that you can be, that's where you can become the greatest you can be. For real. You know, and so I had to stop making excuses.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I was right here. I was right here. This what it was. You know, all of those things are realistic. But when you come to awakening and a realization of, hey, you are where you are because of the choices you make, then you get to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, no matter where you at. And then you'll start to see, as you start to make different choices, wherever you at, guess what? Becomes better. Wherever you go, you take that wherever you go. It follows you. You know what I'm saying? Because the people make the place where they at.
That's right.
And so if you understand that wherever you go establish a culture, you go cultivate the atmosphere of what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, that was dope, bro. See, I never heard it broke down in that way, but it's so true. You have to be the dynamic spirit
Yeah.
in your atmosphere. I'm gonna use me, because in one way I was that in the negative way. Not saying that I was terrible, but I had to be this like no nonsense person because the environment I was in. If I was in any other environment, you wouldn't even hear me.
Mm-hmm.
But I know where I'm at, so I know one thing: I can't let nothing slide. I can't let nothing. I got to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. It's worse than me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I let any one of these other cats get it, it's gonna be real bad. So I'd rather I have it. It'll have some calmness to it. It'll have some sense. It'll have some a little understanding.
Mm-hmm.
One of these other cats get it, it's gonna be wild magnolia. It's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, but this the first time I heard it in that, and that's real. Because regardless if it's negative or positive, you have to set the standards. You cannot let your environment set the standards, or you're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You shared with me earlier. You said, I got 3 jobs. Man, you know some dudes be home 27 months and ain't even got an ID yet, a license.
Yeah.
This man said he got 3 jobs, not because he happy, because that's what he wants. You on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to get something done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, that is amazing, bro. That is absolutely amazing, bro. And the way you just go about it, you know what I'm saying? I was doing a little research on you myself, because you know I got to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I was checking out you, bro. You know, you so cut from a cloth that like you've been here before. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old you is, but you act way older than you look. You act like you about 55. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good thing. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you look like that, but you act, you know, that in maturity, it means a lot. It shows power. If anybody ever told you that, maturity shows power.
Yeah.
And they know one thing: I can't try that with him. He know too much.
Yeah.
So that keeps you out a lot of little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Turbulence, because they know, man, look, I ain't about what you about, but you know you can't try it on because I've been there and done that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's play from an even, you know, playing field.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? So that's how you can talk to people. That's how you can get in the cipher and understand where they going at. They ain't been where you've been at.
Yeah.
Even on their worst day, they ain't been where you've been at. And if you can have the attitude you have being where you've been, but look, man, you done ran circles around so many brothers, old and 27 months. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's been the most difficult, or most uh shocking thing you have dealt with? And this is my first question. Since you've been home them 27 months.
The most difficult, I would say, the most difficult thing that really I was challenged with was um, building a good report. Building a good report. You know, I would have said technology. That was a little challenging too, doing all that time. But
look,
you know,
I understand.
so,
Look, you got brothers been out here
yeah,
and
yeah,
still have problems with
yeah.
technology, so I can
And,
dig that. But
and so, you
report.
know,
So what you mean? I mean, all right.
let me break that
Yeah,
down. Let
yeah.
me break that down. So, like, when I was in prison, I did 16 years and 3 months on a 30-year sentence, right? About 8 years of me being into prison, you know, I gave my life to God, and that's when transformation came. As I started walking and growing with God, I started having favor, right, on the unit that I was on. You know, I started building a report about what type of individual I was because of my heart. I have a heart for the lost. Like, I understand where God rescued me from. And so I wanted to go back. Like, I like to chase my brothers down and let them know, hey, man, God can do something great with your life. And so as I started to build a report, I started to become a prayer educator. I became a faith-based dorm coordinator. And so I had built a report where I was able to kind of, do my time fairly, rightly. It wasn't that, people would say that I had some pull, but I didn't take that pull to just try to benefit myself.
Right.
I understood that God was giving me that to be able to help people and show, you know what I'm saying? And so, I was just blessed to be able to do my time that way. And so getting out, guess what?
Same thing.
I had to establish it.
So you had to rebuild.
I had to rebuild the report. All that, like, the officers knew what kind of person I was. I could get this job. I could go this place. I can go here. I can look this up. All of that was over. And so getting out, I'm out here now. Don't nobody know you. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, like, so now I have to build a report all over again. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And building a report takes time.
Yes, that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so not only that, but I was in prison for murder. You know what I'm saying? So, when it came to me finding a job,
I was like, oh, how did he get out?
Yeah.
Do he deserve to be out?
Yeah.
You know how they think.
Correct. And so when it came to me getting a job, guess what? That's what popped up. That's what popped up. And so I understood that I had to have, that wasn't me anymore, despite what my record said.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Come on, brother. Yeah.
And so I didn't just have that in theory. I had that, guess what, in action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people seen my endurance. They seen my faith. They seen me steady being positive. They see me steady pressing forward. Yeah, did you have sad moments? Yeah. But guess what? I understood that I was doing the things that I needed to be doing to build my life. And I was going to trust the right time and the right opportunity, and so that's what happened. But going through that process, it eventually happened for me. And, I'm in a position now to where that report, that I was building, it's starting to be out here now, and I'm able to benefit and help brothers that's coming out, with just little things, with getting back on their feet, pointing them to helping them get some money in their pocket the right way, and so that was the challenges thing, just getting out, being in prison for a while, doing things, having a little pool, like when you get out, you gotta establish that all over again. Yeah.
That's just like, it's like changing your life out here.
Mm-hmm.
When you come in and come from off that side of the street, you got you done burned so many bridges. It don't even make no sense trying to fix them. You just got to start building others.
Yeah.
And if the people who you burn bridges care to come back and forgive you, okay, you got a bridge for them to cross.
Yeah.
But you can't focus on the burnt one. We've done that. Now I'm not that person no more. This is who I am. So now I'm building and building and building and building. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It is the same thing, because some people out here is incarcerated right now.
Yeah. And let me interject with that too.
It's
a challenge that comes with building a report as well. And that challenge is you had a report before you went in.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the. And
so you gotta do it.
So now watch this. People remember you for who you used to be. So when you show up, guess what? They steady reminding you. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to deal with that too.
I just had that happen this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be quick with this. Look, check this out. See what you just said?
Yeah.
Why my uncle? Look, we went to New Orleans, and Sunday was one of my guys who came home from the penitentiary, got life on a murder charge, got resentenced to 20 years, came home after doing 30 years, home 2 months, and got in a bad car accident. Stayed in a coma till like a couple of weeks ago. And that was on New Year's Day that happened. He succumbed to his injuries and passed. So went down there, pay my respect to childhood friend. So I stopped at the graveyard with my mother, my brother, my uncle, my nephews, everybody's buried like right there. So and my homeboys on the other, like it's one street graveyard. So my mom and my family right here, and my partners over here. So I want to pay my respect. My grandmother's birthday was on the 9th. My uncle, he talking to my wife. My wife, we kind of down the street. So he trying to bring up old stuff. And she like, man, that man you looking at down there, that's not the same person.
Yeah.
That man you looking at now, man. He not hearing what she's saying. She not hearing that. He talking all kind of other stuff. And he was like, man, look, stop what you're doing and look down there. You see that man down there? That's not the same person.
Yeah.
But that man ain't want to hear none of that. Man, he only know what he knows, and that was a rap. So I understand that, but people do not want to see your change.
Yeah.
They don't want to respect it. They don't want to understand you.
Yeah.
Just because they might have a few shortcomings, which is cool. I'm not here to judge you. I can't tell you nothing about what you're going to do because you're going to change. Only God can change human beings. I only can set an example.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get into no tug of war with you about this, man. Just watch my smoke. That's all. What they say, love is an action word. Brother is an action word. Change is an action word. You can't say I changed and don't show no action.
Correct.
I want to tell you, I tipped that, bro. I tipped that. So I liked it that. Question 2 is, what kind of support system? And you told me, you spoke about that. I'm glad we didn't get on that yet. What kind of support system do you have in place, and what does a good support system look like for someone in your situation?
Yeah. So I'm not even from Houston. I'm currently living in Houston right now. So, that's kind of strange, right?
Yeah,
so,
it is.
When I was in prison, I had a brother that was my silly. And, I was mentoring him. I was discipling him. And, he started to talk to his family about me, and when it came time for me to come up for parole, his family stepped in and got me a parole lawyer. And so when I seen parole, I ended up making my first parole. And when I made parole, my brother's family offered for me to come to their home in Houston so I can get on my feet.
So this not your biological brother.
This not my biological. This was my silly. And it was, guess what? He was a Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? At that. And y'all know how they go in prison, right? Prison is very segregated. Very segregated. So for this brother, like when he Hispanic. So when I get out, guess what? I'm living with his mama, his sister, and his sister daughter. Full Mexican family. His mother didn't speak no English at all. Little English. You know what I'm saying? And so, but what they do, they offer me a home. Right.
Man, that is
and so,
amazing.
Man,
that's testimony right there.
Yeah.
So you ain't know these people from Adam
and
Eve. You're going up on your first parole for murder.
Yeah.
And people outside, you're a killer.
Yeah.
These people open up their home to you. Not just open up their home, but they help you and assist you in your your move.
Yeah. Correct.
Something you wasn't even expecting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that favor you was talking about.
Correct.
That's that favor.
Yeah.
See, it was starting to work out there.
Yeah. And so, I was very strategic when it came to decisions that I made. Wow. So, that wasn't the only thing. Remember, I was already I was preparing for release.
Right.
Way before I even seen parole, because I started to realize that a lot of things that I was doing in prison was going to be the things that I was doing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to learn that, hey, you either go do right or wrong wherever you at. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so now it started making me look at things completely different now. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, man, and so with me connecting myself to the chaplaincy, all these different volunteers coming in, guess what I was doing? I was building relationship with them over the years. I was getting exposed to resources of volunteers that was coming in that wanted to make sure that we knew about things that was beneficial to us when we got released. You know what I'm saying? So when I got out, I already knew about the reentry program because I was connected to all the different volunteers and people that was coming back in and offering resources to us that was getting ready to be released. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that that's where I was going because guess what? I'm going to a city that I'm not from. I don't know nobody. And guess what I know I need to do? I need to establish connections. I need to establish resources because you can't have a successful reentry process when you ain't got a positive support networking group. So I already knew that when I got out, you know what I'm saying? I was going to get connected to this program. And I'm like, by nature, I'm a connector. That's just the way that I'm wired, networking. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got out, that was my plan, get her, and it just kind of fell into place, you know? And so my job, they like my work family. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they've been my biggest support when it not my biggest support, but like they've been a real integral part of, guess what, supporting me. You know what I'm saying? And so had a home, had a loving family, made sure I ate, man, they wonderful family. You know what I'm saying? With my brother. And, you know, guess what? I was able to move for them very quickly, you know, because God had put me in a place, you know, getting this job and get my own place. And so, you know, it's just a blessing now, man. But that's how I established my positive support network.
Hey, bro, that is, hey, you have the blueprint. That need to go in the booth. That need to be packaged, delivered, and ready for them. Look, you want to know how to do it? Here you go, here. We pack it up for you. That's all. If you have any questions, you already know what to do, but it's right here. That's all you got to do is follow this blueprint. Follow it. This brother got the reentry blueprint, man. I wish I knew him when I came home.
Man, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? A lot of brothers, they had been out and they seeing me now, like they be like, man, I didn't know about that.
You didn't.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and so in my mind, that makes me go hard to make sure, you know, people know, like, you coming to Houston, bro, it's plenty of opportunity out here and resources and groups that wants to support you and see you have a successful reentry process. And if you got a family that wants to as well, you can't lose. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a family, you can get one. So it really, what I'm saying is, it really ain't no excuses. It ain't no excuses.
That's your nickname, no excuse. Yeah, bro, we on tweet, man. You rocking it, man. You is absolutely killing it. But I mean, this is epic, man. This is it, man. This is it. Life after time, man. Evolution in the making, man. Yeah. Question 3. We have 7 questions to this amazing strategy we have being put down here today. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate you. What's the job search process been like? What has been like? What you already said, I know what to say, but just I want you to reiterate it to them. What the job search process was and how did it work for you?
Yeah. Okay. That's a good question. So one thing that I knew I needed when I got out was some life skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I understood that I was gonna get a job. Right. Like I understood that. Now I didn't know when, but I wanted to make sure that, guess what, I had a solid foundation. You get what I'm saying? Right. Because if your foundation ain't strong, once you start getting a job and you start building on it, everything started to crumble. You know what I'm saying? And so
it's like building a house on sand.
Yeah. And so when it came to job search, right, I was willing to start somewhere. Right. And so it wasn't really about like what job I was working when I was in. So another challenge that I had when I got out, this is just a blessing, man.
Come on.
God work it out. When I got out, I was on the monitor. SISP, that's the highest supervision.
You was on the M charge.
You know what I'm saying? And so I had got my electrical license while I was in prison. I took the electrical trade. So when I got out and I got my license to practice, get my apprentice, I
So
couldn't
you're
do
apprentice?
it. Yeah, apprentice electrician. I got the card right here. But because I was on the monitor, I wasn't able to do that type of work because I couldn't write on the schedule where I was gonna be going. You know what I'm saying? But God work it all out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that planted me in the reentry program, showing up to class, going every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so little did I know, or in that process, me showing up every day, I'm building a report. I'm building like, hey, this guy consistent. He's following up. He's sticking to his plan. Like, he got a good attitude. And so again, that's what got me in the door. But my first job that I actually got, I was working at a metal plant, man. I was working, man, $13 an hour, man, 12 hours a day. 6 days out the week. I'm talking about, ooh-wee,
Oh, you was melting that?
I was grinding metal.
That my partner?
Yeah.
What the name of the? Nah, don't tell me the name of the company.
Yeah.
And
so,
man, someone I know he been there like almost 4 years, and they would not give him a raise.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing, just like 12, going to work on time.
Yeah.
So he had to switch lanes, but the work he done you should be getting paid way more than $14 an hour, yo.
Yeah.
Cause you grinding that metal, and how hot that be.
Yeah. Well, it just depends on the temperature outside. Normally the metal is already cooled off. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't that hot. It's gonna be like how hot it is outside. You under a shed. But the dangerous part about that is like they dipping this heavy duty metal in this liquid to keep it from rusting out. And when it come out the liquid, it have a lot of sharp edges on it. So you as a grinder, your job is to sand it down. You know what I'm saying? Make sure when people handle it, their hand don't get cut. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of like, so when you hitting it, like you got these big gloves. You know what I'm saying? So that was really like the heart in this. But my point in saying all that to answer your question, I was willing to start somewhere.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta have. Like that, and so I was willing to start. So I was applying everywhere because I understood who I was as a man, and wherever I went,
you had a plan.
I was gonna be the best at what I was gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Then you had a plan. Look, I'm gonna pop. So it didn't matter if it was here or there. I know what I'm gonna do. I know how long I'm gonna be there, and when something, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Man, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope. No, I told you, no excuses, man. No excuses, man. We gotta get us some shirts made, some merch. No excuse, baby. All right. So that was question 4. How have you been navigating old relationships?
How have I been navigating
old relationships and building new ones?
Man, that's a good one. So I've been navigating, like, one big thing for me is family, right? Like family, and so that's been my challenge right now. When it comes to my family, my mother, things of that nature. The way that I've been handling those relationships is first by understanding that, I have to be able to be in a position to help them first, like help myself first. Right, you know what I'm saying? And so, I didn't come out with this Superman mindset. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna get connected to no, that's not realistic. Like, and so I've been really kind of focused on making sure, again, my foundation is solid. So that, guess what? When it comes time for me to connect with my family, one of the biggest things for me is my mama. My mama, I lost my dad. And so, but I've been wanting to get my mama, she older now, and take care of her. You know what I'm saying? And so, for me right now, I'm thankful that I'm starting to be in a place to where I can be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I navigate relationship by connecting myself with people that's like-minded like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, whether it be the going through church, being in the reentry program, you know, like that's how I navigate and get my. But I'm real big on being tied to the community too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got brothers that before I went to jail that I'm still in contact with. Now, I'm out here on the block. No, I ain't out here on the block.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, if you ever need to talk, guess what? I'm here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? This is what I'm doing. And so if this is something that, you know, that you believe that you can, that you need, I'm here to support you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I'm just kind of like, I don't really just try to focus on, I let things come together. And if I see that this is something that, then guess what? I invest in. I ain't going around like chasing like things that I want to have because I understand that, you know, everything that I need is go come through who I am as a person and who I connect myself with. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I live. That's how I navigate my relationship.
That's a good concept, bro, because let me tell you something, man. Your character is everything. You know, your word, your actions is everything. Your decisions is gonna paint the picture of your life.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't blessed to have a example as a father. You know, my mom, she passed away in 2014, but she was the best I had. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know, the last 8 years of her life was amazing. We had amazing. You know how when someone passed away, everybody boogers and snots and crying, but I wasn't like that because I was hurt. Don't get me wrong, I was crushed because it was just out the blue, but I had felt like I had became the best son she can, you know, because she witnessed my change. She saw me come out the street. She saw me buy my first home, my wife, my kids. She saw the me. She saw the new me. She enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You know, football games. She done that.
Yeah.
I had a little league football game, a football team. She come out to support it. So I felt like, man, I didn't feel. I just felt like I done the best me I can do for my mom.
Yeah.
And she's seen it. She's seen the best. She's the best of me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I wasn't, you know, they said people that cry and just cut up, they missed something. They didn't do what they thought they were supposed to do, or they didn't say what they thought they were supposed to say. I wasn't like that, man. I was just like, man, you know, I was mom, you know what I'm saying? But I was good. You know, I hurt more now than anything because I miss, you know, the small things, you know, the cause, you know, the person I can lean on, you know what I'm saying? When things get crazy, you know, I can not just my wife, but you know, my mom, you know what I'm saying? But so I think what you're doing with your mom is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a mama's boy. I'm the youngest, but I am who I am. I protected my mama. I took care of my mama. I done everything that a young man is supposed to do for his mother, and I'm absolutely, my mama was the best of me. You feel me? I don't care how, you know, nobody. She, you know, you talk to anybody, Mel was the sweetest, but I know for sure. You know what I'm saying? So take care of your mama, man. Take care as long as you can because she deserves it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
She
you.
deserves it. She deserves this you. She deserves the man you are today.
Yeah.
And man, I know she proud.
you know, it's funny you say that. You know, the very first time ever in my life, right? I was 34 years old, and my mama told me, "I'm proud of you." You know what I'm saying? 34 years old. That was the first time I ever heard that. You know, and so it just speaks to like, hey, you know, for so long, when you in prison, you have to deal with like, hey, I was thinking like this in prison. People knew my mama had a son. And she had to always respond, hey, where your son at? Just think of what mindset that they put her in. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. When she got to respond, she got to remember my son is in prison. That's not any thought that you want a mama to have. You know what I'm saying? Like my son is it, you know? And so to be able to hear her say that, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, it was a blessing because
Man,
now,
I
guess what?
know
Somebody asked her where her son is now, she got something to say.
she got a whole
You know what I'm saying? Like,
conversation.
hey, yeah, you know, it can bring a smile to
Oh,
a face now. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right. You know what I'm saying? It brings a smile to mind. Just
Yeah.
think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, man. Say, bro, let me tell you something. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure, bro. It has. You know what I'm saying? It was this podcast was more than what I guess I expected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I knew you was I knew you was a articulate brother because I talked to you a few times, so I already know I was going what I was gonna get in a sense, but the connection was like it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know I don't question God. You know what I'm saying? I don't. So got me kind of emotional, man. It's crazy. All right. Question 5. What are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about what it's like to re-enter society?
What are some of the biggest misconceptions? I would say this. I'm gonna stick to this.
Come on now.
It's right or wrong, man. It ain't no different. You either go do the same way that you can do right and wrong in the world in prison, the same way you can do right and wrong in the world. You know, it don't matter where
I
you at.
absolutely understand what
You
you're
know what I'm
saying. That's
saying?
crazy. Yeah.
People justify that they have to be a certain way based on the location that they in. And I don't agree with that. That's a misconception.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to.
But that's not being you either.
Yeah, that's not being you. So that's the misconception that I would say. That hey, you know, hey, when I get out, things gonna be differently. Now, things can be differently now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and so if you ain't building no momentum now, guess what? When you get out, it's gonna be that much more challenging for you to build some momentum. You know?
But people do not understand.
Yeah.
Prepare. You must prepare. You must practice. You must quick. God bless you. Yes. Look, quick story. Just what you just said. Check this out. When in 2008, when I first, you know, this after the gunshot wounds, I still was in the street. So when I decided to really come inside and be the man and be the father and you know try to do what I think is right for my family, because I had no blueprint, I had no book. I just said I'm just use God straight up. I'm going to God. I said, well, how am I start this? So I done my last jokes in jail was like 18 months or something, you know, on a little parole thing. But I didn't get not a write-up. I didn't get in trouble. I discharged out the block because of some kitchen. They ain't had nothing. All everybody from the kitchen got locked up. And I just went straight home from the block. But I had this method I used to use in jail. Never got a write-up, never got nothing. I had a little Bible. Same Bible I got shot with. It was in my back pocket. I used to carry it in my back pocket like a wallet. Little brown Bible like this. Just get in jail. So I used to read it 2 times a day, early in the morning, late at night. In between time, I had a little ritual I do. You know what I'm saying? Straight. No church, no nothing. Just me and God, personal relationship. But me not understanding what I was doing, I was working on my personal relationship with God. And it was working in there. So when I got out here and it was time for me to change, I just went back to what I was doing in jail. At first, I used to go lock up in the bathroom and do it. And I was like, man, I'm going to the kitchen table. Then I mean, life's still going on, stuff coming at me, trying to get me outside my character, but I'm sticking to what I know. Until I just I got good at it. I got good at letting go. Without my power, good to go. It's not that if people thought, man, they don't care about nothing. No, it ain't that. I trust God. God's gonna handle it. That's what he said. That's what his word say, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I got good at letting go. They were like, man, how you done it, bro? How you go? They don't want to believe me. I'm like, God.
For sure.
Oh, you won't go to church? I said, I got a personal relationship with God, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do go to church sometimes, but I mean, that's not what makes me.
Yeah.
That's, the preacher got to worry about what he got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I got to worry about me.
Mm-hmm.
So long as my personal relationship through his son Jesus Christ is good, man, come on, I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's what he said. That's what I'm going on. I've been, let
Bless
deeper,
you, man.
let
Yeah.
deeper, as time comes, because it's a practice thing. You
Yeah.
never can get it right. You're not perfect, you're not Jesus. Jesus is the
Yeah.
only one that got it right. And he rolled with the hustlers, the slum laws, the fishermen, everybody. That's who he rocked with.
Yeah.
So I just look, the Bible is a book of testimonies. Read them.
Correct.
If you don't pull it in the biblical terminology, you'll think it's something that happened last week or yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't put the names, just read the story and be like, man, I just heard that. The book of testimonies.
Mm-hmm.
It been going on, just in different times.
Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get it, bro. I'm telling you, but they don't believe it, bro. They better believe it, boy. Cause when he come back, he ain't gonna want to hit none of that. 6, bro. Cause he's 6, man. What are your biggest goals for the next year? And what's your steps you're taking to achieve?
Yeah, that's a good question. My biggest goal for the next year, number one, is to get my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I gotta be in position. I'm blessed, and I believe in that I'm coming into a position to where I can finally take care of her, get her into a place, where she's close to me. We can do things together, and so that's one of my biggest goals, right?
It's done already.
Yeah, and for you said the next year, and so that's that right there.
That's right.
I want to. I'm still looking at. I got a lot of different opportunities career wise, and I kind of know where I want to be, but at the same time, I'm thinking about getting in school. I just finished graduating barber school, but I want to go into school so I can do something else towards my long-term goal. But I just got to weigh out the sacrifice and the time and investment to that. So, but that's one of my biggest ones right there. Getting my mom, and getting my mom close to her so I can see her a lot more often, take care of her like the queen that she is, and just
Thanks.
yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks, question 7, man. So this the grew to grow. This number one is God right here. All right. What is one thing you wish people can understand about the reentry process?
Reentry what?
What you wish they just can get, about this process that people like me and you and others go through. Those that haven't came yet, that they will go through.
Yeah. Let's see. I would say this. If you can get anything, right, you can't expect nothing from no investment you're not making. You know what I'm saying? And so what I mean by that, with this reentry process, like, if you go be successful, you gotta plant seeds. You gotta put effort in. You know what I'm saying? You have to be intentional on investing in things that's gonna help you get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I would say. Like, you can't expect for something to pop up that you ain't invested in. And so that's what I tell people all the time. Like, listen, I don't care what you done. You know what I'm saying? When you show up, like in this if you serious and you start making an investment, I promise you go see results.
You're gonna reap a harvest.
You know what I'm saying? You go see results.
Yeah.
I can't tell you when you go see them. You know what I'm saying? But I know they coming.
That's right.
Right? I like to give people this analogy right here. A farmer. A farmer knows a couple of things, right? He knows this right here. He knows that if he plant a seed, guess what? He know that guess what? He'll get a harvest.
Yeah, he'll get a harvest.
Right? But guess what? He also knows that he has no power over the seed that he plants to get the harvest.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, and so it don't get no more simpler than that. And that's how life is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the place that we don't like as human beings.
We don't like the
We don't like the process of it going into the ground and it goes.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We don't like that because we so used to instant gratification.
Microwave society.
Yeah. And so
microwave society.
Yeah.
Man. And the social media
Yeah.
made it worse.
Yeah.
Just think about it. I'm 50. I'm proud to be 50. Thank Jesus I'm 50.
Yeah.
A lot of brothers ain't make it to my 50. Not even my
man,
oldest
you look
brother.
good for 50. I wouldn't have guessed that at all,
you,
man.
I appreciate
for real.
that. Thank you, brother. But they will look at something and don't even think about what you went through. Just want what you got and want that and just want it just like that. And if they can't have it, they will be mad. But you're not willing to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
You're not willing to go through what you know what come with this?
Yeah.
The late nights, the crying, the won't quit. I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
I'm broke. I can't go here because I got to pay this bill.
Yeah.
I can't go there because I got to do this.
Yeah.
Oh no, they don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to understand, but man, God blesses obedience.
Yeah.
You have to be obedient to a few things. First, you got to be obedient to Him. Second, if you're married, you got to be obedient to your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
Obedient to your children, your finances. It's a couple of things.
Yeah.
You have to be obedient to. And the first time you're not obedient to one of those things, the whole is gonna be off balance.
Yeah.
See, people don't look at it like that. They think they can do all of the above and one just be a little off. Nah.
Yeah.
That thing gonna ride like this.
Yeah.
You heard me?
Yeah.
So you got to be on point with it, man.
I had a pastor. I know we get ready to close. We was talking about this today at the reentry program.
Mm-hmm.
I facilitate a peer support class. And I like to tell people, it's 5 major aspects to your life. It's your spiritual, it's your mental, it's your relational, it's your social, and it's your financial. And all of them intertwined. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times, right, what we try to do is we try to get social, relational, we try to get those aspects of our life, right, not aligned with other aspects, and we end up losing on everything that we want. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get them in line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once you get your spiritual right, your mental follows.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? That's going to follow through your relationships. That's going to follow through how you live your social life. And that's going to follow how you spend your finances. You know what I'm saying?
Simple and plain.
Yeah, simple and
plain. Bro, that was dope, man. That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But man, this has been a plum pleasing pleasure, bro. I enjoyed this, bro. We got to do it again. You got to promise us one thing. You got to come back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got to come back and do it again. Man, here at Mindset Therapy, we help men, women, and children believe in themselves. We offer 7 simple strategies to developing a positive mindset, and we stand on that. Look, 10 toes down, man. Y'all, what people can find you at, Mr. Hill? Come on, man.
It ain't no secret. My name is Peter Hill. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on TikTok. If you go to Peter Hill, just pop it up. You know, the same person you see on the flyer, that's on all my pictures on all my social media page.
Word.
You know, and it's one thing that I like to show because, you know, I believe that I'm a young professional that's dedicated to community impact. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we're about. That's what you're about. And so we want not just for me to come back, we want to hear your story too. Like I've reached out to him and did him, and we got right to it.
Right.
I'm looking to see, you know, what I want brothers that's coming out to highlight things that they've been doing that's impacting their community, so it can be highlighted, so people can have hope and come to benefit from the person that you are in your community.
No doubt, man. See what I'm saying? A whole natural. I'm gonna have to let Mr. Hill interview me, man. What I'm telling you, it's going down. Look, it's already set in stone. It's done. Man, say, bro, it's been beautiful. Thank you for sharing your time with me, bro. And thank you for sharing your time with Mindset Therapy Real Talk Podcast, Life After Time. This has been Mr. Mindset Therapy himself. And
Mr. Peter Hill.
y'all go check him out on social media, man. Thank you, Rise, for tapping in. Mr. Andrew. Uh, who else? I see you, B. And anybody else I didn't say, I don't see, man. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in, man. Every week, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Y'all tap in with us, man, and we gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it modulating, man. God bless. Stay up.